Welcome to an introduction to Vizzn's Profit Advantage. Profitability feature number 1, Vizzn calendars. Vizzn calendars provide perfect visibility of everything happening tomorrow, and that means better planning for tomorrow. In a typical construction company, multiple divisions are touching every site every day. Mechanics, fuelers, equipment haulers, material haulers, subcontractors, specialty crews, and the site crew itself. All these teams are not only impacting the same sites, but each other's interactions with those same sites can make them or break them. Imagine the cost of running out of materials, or gravel, or fuel, or even the cost of a mechanic not showing up as expected to address a key repair. By the time you figure out what didn't happen, you're already losing money. With Vizzn, these mistakes aren't made because the Vizzn calendar helps leaders identify unscheduled events the day before. It's not just unscheduled events that are costly. Making the wrong assumptions on scheduled events can be equally devastating. Imagine a site leader assuming a critical machine is going to arrive at 8 a.m. tomorrow, and unbeknownst to them, the actual delivery will be 4 p.m. If the crew forges ahead tomorrow morning without that machine, job losses are sure to follow. With Vizzn, this mistake will also never happen. The Vizzn calendar details the exact timing of tomorrow's events so site leaders can plan accordingly, either by affecting the timing of that equipment move, or if that's not an option, at least change the crew size, the scope of work, the job sequence, or even shut down the site and continue after the machine arrives. You're probably asking right now, that's great, but who's populating this? And this is the best part. Vizzn calendar is simply a byproduct of your team using Vizzn to collect and schedule dispatches. This is an activity your team is already doing, except they're probably just doing it through phone calls and text messages. With Vizzn, every division of your company will simply use the same Vizzn platform for their dispatching, and this is what allows for the visibility between divisions. Vizzn captures all these dispatches and events and filters them, sorts them to every other person in your company in every other division based on their individual needs. No additional people required, no additional effort, and no additional work. Count on Vizzn calendars to increase your profits by 0.5% of your top line revenue. Additional profit? It is simply the result of better planned sites. For the sake of this video, we're going to assume your top line revenue is $75 million. So this feature could add as much as $375,000 to your bottom line on an annual basis. Profitability feature number 2, Vizzn sitemaps. Vizzn sitemaps enable your sites to be laid out perfectly, both in advance of a site starting and then kept up to date as the job progresses. With Vizzn, you can place materials, gravel piles, equipment, job shacks, porta potties, haul roads, to name a few, on the electronic site drawings. Using the electronic site blueprints as a base map for laying out a site allows the planner to place those items in context of site boundaries, planned construction activities such as ditches and spill piles, and all in the context of the planned site sequencing. The ideal placement on the drawings translates into actual placement in the field, as the team responsible for those items simply follow their avatar to those exact spots. Key points can also be added, not just from the drawings to the field, but also from the field back to the drawings. Simply by clicking on one's avatar while in the field can be done to identify site access points and site roads, all to the great benefit of everyone else. Properly laid out sites are more efficient, and that will result in improved production and less site days. In some circumstances, properly laid out sites might even translate into less equipment required. This task can be completed in 5 minutes, which will save many hours of frustration later, not to mention never having to give site directions again. Count on this mapping feature to increase your profits by a number equal to 1% of your top line revenue, as a better laid out site is simply more profitable. Add $750,000 to your annual profits. Profitability feature number 3, Vizzn event tracking. We have identified that a day well planned is a day that will be more profitable. However, we all know the expression, a plan's a plan until you get punched in the face. Vizzn has this covered as well. Vizzn gives unprecedented visibility into events as they unfold real time, and it keeps everyone in the loop if events are other than expected. Effortlessly staying on top of machines and trucks breaking down, subcontractors unperforming, mechanics coming late, material haulers and fueler haulers being delayed, Vizzn provides visibility for everyone who needs to know, so real-time problems are solved sooner. Simple example, running a paving spread or moving dirt from one site to another or handling gravel delivery with a fleet of dump trucks. Vizzn will let you know the location, status, performance of every truck real-time, and any exceptions such as trucks going off route or breaking down or falling behind its peers. Vizzn will also track delivery slips, next arrival time, and every metric of their performance so exceptions can be addressed immediately. Vizzn collects all these details simply by following the phone of those actually performing the tests. Being automatically notified of any exceptions from plans as events unfold real-time helps site leaders adjust faster and stop site inefficiencies before they happen. With Vizzn's real-time tracking of events, you can bank another 0.5 percentage point of revenue. For our hypothetical construction company, they will enjoy the extra $375,000 in their pocket. Profitability feature number 4, Vizzn Equipment Tracking. Vizzn Equipment Tracking will stop illogical equipment moves, illogical uses of equipment, equipment hoarding, and all before it ever happens. Vizzn software provides GPS of all your equipment attachments without any GPS hardware required. Vizzn does this by remembering where your transport team moved it to last. It knows if the equipment is under repair because it's also following your mechanics. It knows if a piece is parked or actively used because it's following the foreman and operators. And it knows when a piece of equipment is being moved before it's moved because of course it's also following those dispatches. Armed with this knowledge, no one can ever order an illogical equipment move, use too much equipment for a particular scope, or succeed in hoarding equipment. The reductions in nonsensical equipment rentals, illogical equipment moves, non-value-add equipment hours, and contrived equipment shortages become a thing of the past. Chalk this up to a 0.5 percentage of revenue added to your bottom line. Our hypothetical construction company has a $375,000 windfall with no additional effort. Profitability feature number 5, Vizzn project scheduling with embedded equipment scheduling. Vizzn knows all your equipment plans months in advance. With Vizzn project scheduling, equipment is embedded in those same schedules. As your project schedule changes, so does your equipment utilization. Vizzn then compares this utilization to your available fleet. This information drives better decisions around buying, selling, repairing, and renting equipment, and negotiating the terms of those rentals, such as hourly versus monthly, and even renting out your equipment. Some Vizzn users estimate the dollar value of improved equipment decisions equal to 5% of repairs plus depreciation on an annual basis. Chalk this up conservatively to another 1% of revenue. Added to the bottom line of our hypothetical contractor is a cool $750,000. In this video, we detailed just 5 ways that Vizzn will make you more money, and we haven't even addressed how Vizzn will improve your estimating, billing, quality control, or reduce a typical team leader's minutes on the phone by 2,500 minutes a month. These features also have big dollar impacts and will be addressed in the part 2 of this series. Before you go, I want to let you know, becoming a Vizzn-enabled company is a breeze. It's a casual 2-week setup requiring no more than 1.5 hours from any one team leader other than your product champion. Once onboarded, enjoy Vizzn Online University, live weekly webinars, and live help which will make all your Vizzn experiences ideal. Welcome to Vizzn.